Well, Ryan, a
Well
big
said.
a big reason we had to bring you on tonight was because of these Nvidia announcements, and you're a bit of a tech whore, right?
I
So, so tell us what's going on with Nvidia.
and Nvidia just made some big moves yesterday, and I think anybody who follows like computer hardware is probably super happy. Last generation's launch of the 20 series was fairly lackluster. They put a lot of effort into technology that a lot of people didn't really want or think they needed and wasn't implemented definitely within computers and games, both in obviously in VR because it's extremely hardware intensive and in flat screen stuff.
So this
But
is
this year,
video cards we're talking
yeah,
about
we're
right now.
talking
New video
graphics,
card
graphics,
lines.
graphics cards, and but Nvidia announced on September 1st. I woke up early in the morning to watch the press conference. I was super excited. They announced the 30 series GPUs, and it's a massive jump in performance to cost for everybody. There's going to be a 3060, a 3070, 3080, and a 3090, and I'm sure a couple other additions later on. And the 3060 is probably going to come in around 299. Um, the 3070 is going to come in around 499, and the 1080 is 699, and the 3090 for anybody who wants to buy a small car but instead decides to buy a graphics card can pay that 1499 price tag. But
Ooh.
when it comes
Yeah,
to the performance,
1500.
exactly,
Yeah.
it's crazy. But when it comes to the performance boost, last generation's cards are worthless now when it comes to price. If you can actually get the cards for 290 or for two 299 and 499, then you're going to be doubling your power when it comes to the 380. You're going to be getting as good as the 2080 Ti for the 370, which is huge because I have the 2070 now, and and I can run everything in VR except for my flight sims. I I need more power for those flight sims because I just need a bit higher frames. I can't handle 40 to 50 frames, and and then if you wanted to go to the 3060, you're pretty much going to be able to do anything you want in VR, no problem, for a reasonable amount of money when it comes to graphics cards. The 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 way prices have increased over the years have really made it a barrier to entry for a lot of people. Because they're like, okay, I want to get into VR. I got to buy a $500-600 headset, maybe even $1,000 headset or more, and I have to build a computer. So if you're able to get a card that's not extremely expensive, whether it be an old 20 series or a new 30 series, you're really able to build that PC that can handle your VR games without having to spend, $2,000,
Yeah.
$1,500.
I completely agree. Almost
Yeah.
every time we talk about what are the barriers to entry
Yeah,
for VR, it's like, why isn't VR mainstream? It's always that price point is the number
exactly,
one
Yeah.
thing. And the
exactly.
biggest price point on your computer is your graphics card. And so seeing
Yeah,
these super powerful graphics cards with these huge generational leaps really coming down in price to it's still going to shock maybe the console players out there, but
sure.
these graphics cards coming down to like in the 500 range, that's incredible.
Yeah,
And it's really going to pave the way for VR being more openly accepted.
yeah,
I'm really excited for it.
and
Yeah.
there's leaps and bounds, not just hardware wise, but also software wise. They're doing a lot of things with new ways to port memory and to access the software that you're using. So hopefully things continue to progress where you can really not have any bottlenecks because of other parts of your computer, and to be able to do stuff where everything just gets so fast that people are able to buy a $200 card and
Yeah.
not break the bank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they've announced all these. Do we have a date? Do we know when these are coming out?
Yes, we do. We have October for the 2070, and we have
Holy crap, that's
September,
fast.
early and mid September for the 390 and the 280, or sorry, and the 380. The 260 is technically rumored, but it usually always comes out for a lower price point, and so that'll come out sometime in the future probably. It's currently not announced. But yeah, they come out really soon. It's kind of like an Apple release schedule. They announce it, and then within 2 to 3 weeks, stuff is out. So the first cards getting released are obviously the Founders Editions, which are hopefully going to be close to MSRP. And then after that, we'll get third party making cards, which is usually what I go for. I usually go for a third party card, just because you can either get more performance or better cooling or better prices or so on. So yeah, but real soon. Obviously, it's going to be a very competitive market. It was with the 20 series, so realistically, I'm not looking to probably upgrade until spring. Just because of availability and price and that sort of thing.
Well, that brings up a good question, because we've got people on the Discord who are about to buy their first PC to get into VR. What if I had $1,000 right now? Now what happens?
Unless if it's not gonna drive you crazy, that you could get a massive boost of performance by waiting maybe 6 months like hopefully 6 months max, then wait, because it's just I just I couldn't recommend anybody buying a 20 series card unless they're getting it for a third of the price that it MSRP is for, or you're getting a used card. So yeah, wait is probably my recommendation.
So if you had a 2070, you should have sold it 2 days ago, because you're probably done.
No.
I mean, I have mine. I have a friend that actually just bought one a month ago, and he's gonna try to get rid of it. But
check the return policy.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Basically, new graphics cards are always good news.
It's good for everybody.
Yeah, it's good for all of us. But it also means if you were really trying to get that budget PC, when these launch, we might see the current graphics cards, which we use right now in VR. They're still great. You might be able to get a good steal of a deal on one too. So watch for those.
Yeah, so good news for everyone out there.
And it depends on your use case. You gotta really figure out what you want to play. If you're trying to do Sims, you probably know that you're gonna need more performance. If you're just trying to do more, onward VR chat, those sorts of experiences and things around those, you don't have to spend a lot of money nowadays, especially, which is good. So yeah.